Alright guys, so in this video I want to cover when is a good position to buy, for example buying the dip, and how to know that your stock is having a confirmation that it's going to continue to rise up. Good places, good pretty much basic positions of when to buy, right? Pullback confirmations, for example, is one of the main big ones that I want to show you in this video. So for example, we're looking at ticker symbol DGAS. So if we look here, it's having an uptrend. Right here you can see higher highs and higher lows, right? And let me show you something. It was also in a way kind of being pushed up and supported by this SMA indicator, which is the green line. You can see that it's sort of somewhat riding it higher and higher. So what I want to show you guys, if we look here in this general area, right? So we see that it's making higher highs. But for example, if you were to trade, and you would be kind of like, all right, how do I know it's going to continue to uptrend, right? Because it didn't. At some point, it actually fell back down. So how do I know it's going to continue to uptrend? Or how do I know when to sell, right? So for example, we see here that it was riding the SMA indicator, right? I had a general support in this general area where you have my red line, and then you have the middle VWAP right here. So for as we talked about before, the middle VWAP usually acts as either a support or a resistance, right? So we can see here that the first time it acted as a resistance, keeping it in this general area, came back down, pushed back up, broke the VWAP, right? And so now it sort of acts as a new support. It becomes a new support. So this is what I call a pullback confirmation. Pretty much is when it pushes up above the middle VWAP or a resistance. It'll push up green, pull back, and then become green again, right? So what it does is it shows you that it breaks it, pulls back, and then it doesn't continue to downtrend. It acts as a support, showing you that it's going to continue to uptrend, and acts as support, so it creates another green candle, right? So this is a pullback confirmation. You can either look at it as of right here, or you can look at it as in this general area, showing you that it pushed up, broke the middle VWAP, pushed up here, right, to $87.57, pulled back down to this around 85.90 mark, right? The middle VWAP still acted as a support and made it push back up. For example, if we would see that it pushed up, breaking the middle VWAP, pulled back, you buy the dip, showing the green candle, and you sell at the peak, using your RSI and your MACD. That's 3%. So that's how you identify a pullback confirmation, a position to buy, right? So once again, we see that it rose up, it was acting as a resistance, made it push back down, came back up again, broke the middle VWAP, rose up, pulled back, and it showed that the VWAP is now its new support for this area. You buy a position, right? You ride this until the top, right? Don't get too greedy. Understand that it'll eventually come back down. Using your RSI, you can see that here at this point it was overextended. The MACD was also starting to reverse back down. You saw your position, and boom, that's how you make your money, right? Pullback confirmation. Eventually started to dip, and now it's making lower lows. So let's take a look at another example. FE, ticker symbol FE, I believe was one. Yeah. So for example, we're gonna zoom in here real quick. So on the day, right, sort of the same thing, except it's not really riding the SMA indicator so much, but it was uptrending on the day, right? Middle VWAP is right here. So it was making higher highs, but we don't know if it's gonna continue to make higher highs or just have a reversal and start a downtrend, right? So that's something you guys always need to have in mind. You don't know what's gonna happen, so always play it more safe. So it went up, pushed back down, pushed back up again, got rejected by the middle VWAP, and it tried to go back up again, broke the VWAP, right? You guys can see here, there's 1, 2, 3 candles, green candles, broke the VWAP, pulled back, you see how it pulled back, broke the middle VWAP, pulled back, and then shot up, right? So it broke the middle VWAP, pulled back a little bit, confirmed that it's acting as somewhat of a support, and made it to go back up. So if you were to buy down here and sell up here, the percentage growth isn't that much for this stock. This stock is only about 1%, but you can use this for any other stock that does a pullback confirmation, right? Some stocks might have more growth, it might be more volatile, but for this one, it's only 1%. But you are certain, most likely certain, of growth of percentage of your account, right? That you're going to gain something off of it. So that's what pretty much a pullback confirmation is. Pushes up, breaks maybe a resistance, pulls back, and then shows that it becomes its new support and shoots up, and it starts to go back up. All right. So that's some of what a pullback confirmation is. You're buying the dip and every opportunity that you can, um, and taking advantage of that for the most growth possible. And then the following video, I should be talking about the checklist, pretty much a checklist of what it is, to make sure all your indicators are in place, everything is correct, so that when you buy a position, you are more certain and more confident in what you're going to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.